Yellow just walking in the house in my road, gotta make her put it on. She don't like wearing clothes, just left Concord, North Carolina. I was licking on booty and a whole lot of vagina. Eat a boozer with some ice cream, she'll remember you. Ice Cube make it chip, shiver like the winter do.
See me with the crew, I done get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move,
It's me and my goonies gonna be gripping the toolie. They think it's a game to me and the gang is gonna play Call of Duty. Cause when it comes to the static, oh my is steady active. Catch you lacking in traffic, giving close caskets. I'm in my lane when I'm spinning the block and I'm putting the pain.
What up, y'all? It's Nate Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador. As you can see, I got the glasses on, man. And when I got the glasses on, it means I got notes. It means I'm about to spit facts. Facts, all type of facts, man. Big facts, super duper facts. The topic for today's video is why I don't respect stepfathers at all. I don't respect stepfathers. They corny. And you don't gotta be married to be a stepfather. If you playing a role as a stepfather, you a bitch, right? I'm about to go in. I got about 5 reasons why, okay? But before I get into it, I want to invite you to the Nate Almighty Music and Entertainment channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that button, you know what I'm saying? Hit that button, hit that like, but let's get to it. So before I tear down all the type of stepfathers that I'm talking about, I want it to be known that I'm generalizing and this is not about all stepfathers. So first, I want to take this first minute or two to talk about the kind of stepfathers that I respect, all right? Now, there's different kinds of stepfathers. In a situation where a woman is a widow and she's still a good woman, and then a man comes and he fulfills a role that's definitely needed to have a positive effect on that woman's life, right? Right? And not enable her stupidity and her ratchetness and her stupidity, right? These are the type of stepfathers that I respect. And these type of stepfathers are very far few in between. I want to start off with my stepfather, right? My stepfather who used to have a drinking problem, but even throughout it all, he definitely loved me. He definitely loved me. He loved my niece when she used to live with us. And he always helped take care of my mother, even to this day. You know what I'm saying? I seen that man at his worst. He overcame it. He's a great grandfather. Boom. Official. My brother Hosman. Technically, he's not a stepfather, but he is, and I explain it like this. He got with a woman from Brooklyn when I was about 15 years old, right? And for 16 years, he has been with this woman, right? Right? She's been the number one woman in his life. Throughout their trials and tribulations, ups and downs, she has always been a positive force in his life. Of course, nothing is perfect, but she was always being a positive force in his life, and he always was a positive force in her life. Now, she got kids. I never asked too much about the situation with their father. It's not really my business, but for better or worse, my brother has physically been there for her children in any way possible, you know what I'm saying? Even to the fact where this woman's youngest son calls my older brother father, dad, because he has that type of love for my brother. And he calls me on, and mind you, he's in his 20s. Like, he's a grown man. He don't have to do this. He loves my brother really like his father, because, you know, my brother's the type of person that gives good advice, you know what I'm saying? He loves his people. He shows love. He'll give you his last dollar. He'll give you the shirt off his back. He'll give you his last meal if he loves you, you know what I'm saying? Might even do it if he don't love you, just because he's that type of person, you feel me? And I refer to this younger gentleman as my nephew. Like, he called me or he texted me, he called me uncle. You know what I'm saying? I call him nephew with the same type of love that I would call my brother's biological son and my sister's biological son, who are my nephews. It's the same type of love. And my brother is there for him. So if my brother counts as a stepfather, he's one of those like respectable stepfather, positive male figures in a woman and a kid's life. You feel me? Also, I want to talk about Shaquille O'Neal's stepfather. If you know about Shaquille O'Neal's story, he grew up without his biological father, but he had, I believe, a military man as a stepfather who helped groom him and discipline him to be the multi-million-dollar man who he is today, and to be the person who he was, the disciplined person who he was, that led him to be in the NBA, that led him to be able to have generational wealth. And last but not least, I want to talk about my cousin, whose name I'm not going to say, but she has a man in her life who is not the father of any of her children, but he assumed that role. He takes care of these kids, he provides for them, he buys them clothes, he takes them out on trips, you know what I'm saying? And I've lived with them. I never got no predator vibes, no weirdo vibes, you know what I'm saying? Her sons call him like daddy, like that's the only father they know, for real, and that's the man who I respect. Now, let's get into the reason why I don't respect any other stepfathers, period. Based off of what I know about stepfathers, we gonna get straight into it, man. Number one, there's no bigger simp than a man who wants to marry a woman who has already been proven to be a failure in most cases more than once. There's no bigger simp at all. Captain Saver, why you want to save her for? She's clearly a failure. You just want to add on? You want to add on to it? You're a clown. And I'm not even going to speak on that no more. Reason number two, he enables the woman to remain an asshole without self-accountability by telling her it's not her fault, why her life is trash and she can't keep a man. He treats her way better than she deserves because he can't do better than being with the damaged goods left by another man. He defends the disrespectful things she does and says to everyone, including himself and her kid's father, and even sometimes her own kids, because deep down he doesn't want to risk losing his woman. If she drinks a lot, he's always buying liquor. If she smokes a lot, he's always keeping her high. Anything to please the bum he is cuffing. We all know men like this. These are the times where you see a woman, she got a new man in her life or whatever, and you know, she just raggedy. She's just a bum. She's not treating him well, and people are behind her back saying, I don't know why he stayed with her. She got a good man. She don't have a good man. She has a sucker. You're a sucker, you're not a good man. You're a dweeb. You're a dork. And you're helping her be trash. You don't get no respect in my book. You only get respect if you assume the role that the next man left, probably because she was trash and he couldn't take it no more, and somehow, some way, through the miracle of the universe, you enable her to be a better woman, which almost never happens. Now, moving on to reason number three. Often they don't even like the kids of the woman, but they pretend to in order to please the woman, making him incapable of loving the stepchildren correctly and honestly. And he puts up with the oftentimes unnecessary disrespect of another man's kids just to have some women who is most likely trash in every way outside of the bedroom. Now you gotta question a stepfather, you know what I'm saying? Like, most of the time they only in it for the mother. They don't even like people kids, you know what I'm saying? It's just like Baby Boy. What Jody's son was doing, minding his business. He ain't like Rodney, right? So he built this little fort in the living room, his living room, that his ratchet baby mother, right, allowed this man to come into, right? And what Rodney did, he woke up, he stepped up to the kid who had his pillows stacked up nicely. He said, oh, what you got? You got a little fort? You got a little fort? Kick the whole fort down. He said, man, fuck your fort, cuz. And then what the little kid said? I hate you. What he said? I hate you too, little nigga. You ain't my son. This is the type of people who is stepfathers. Quite oftentimes, you know what I'm saying? Moving on to number 4. Lots of stepdads / new boyfriends or girlfriends, if she really doing bad, who deal with a woman who may have lots of stepdads / new boyfriends are predators who deal with a woman who may have a young developing daughter and or son and remain in the family in order to groom the young child or attempt to do sinister things behind that child's mother's back. And you, the viewer, I'm telling you right now, you have at least one person like this in your family. Most likely male, but probably woman. Half the time. You do. Either you ignoring it or you know and you ain't saying nothing about it. I'm not that type of person. I go to war with my whole family trying to protect the children. Don't care. I will slap anybody trying to defend a predator in my family. And you should do that too watching this. If you don't get down with police, right? You don't get down with police, man. Drop an anonymous call or something. Child services or something. Drop an anonymous call or speak to somebody that will do it. We gotta protect these children. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. It don't matter, man. It don't get reported because these women don't want to be in the hot seat. And it's as simple as this. If your child gets taken away, you do a program, you get your kids back within a couple months. If not, sooner than that, man. Let's protect these children, as they say in South Carolina, these children or these children, you know what I'm saying? And number 5 reason why I don't respect stepdads, stepfathers at all, okay? The fact that even the lowest of women knows that no matter how rude she is, how ignorant she is, how broke she is, no matter how many baby daddies she has, no matter how damaged mentally she is, even if she's 200 pounds overweight, that there will always be a simp somewhere that will put up with her and her often rude, ignorant, ugly, ratchet kids, or our community will always have a high level of mediocrity. Lost women who raise lost men, and in turn they help create lost women. Stepfathers help perpetuate this non-stop level of trash within our communities. Most of these men are not great men. They are not like the good men I mentioned earlier who actually love the children they decide to help take care of and lead. Most women do not deserve a good stepfather because that should be reserved for women who have been widowed or made a mistake and have grown mentally, and it's clear to see. The rest of them should be doomed to a life of misery that they created for themselves. And they, just like any other free American, should will themselves out of the nonsense that they put themselves into. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you grew up with a good stepfather, let me know in the comments, man. If you agree with what I'm saying about bad stepfathers, let me know in the comments, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.